are at the Challenge Athlete Foundation ride, and here's what Kathy's doing. Facebooking as usual.
My friend, one more bite to the left. One of my friends.
And Kathy on Facebook getting ready for a ride.
I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody showing up again. We've got pretty much the same numbers we had last year, which is amazing. We were completely blown away by it last year, as we are this year. The trails are pretty much the same, but please bear in mind one important factor, that trails are still open to the public. So please just ride carefully. It's not a race. It's just everybody getting out, having a bit of fun. We're truly there. So I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to hand you over to Willie. Willie's used to this, speaking in public and being a celebrity. So he calls himself One Arm Willie.
I know. Hey, thanks for coming out. And it's brothers and sisters of the dirt. It's a totally different group of people that get dirty. And I love hanging out with the mountain bikers. And we don't get a lot of folks with disabilities doing the mountain biking because it's really difficult. And it's a matter of what your disability is, if you could do it or can't do it. And we have to remember there's thousands and thousands of little kids, adults, veterans, you name it, that don't get the opportunity that we're getting to have right now. And it's just something that happened to me just recently. Was there's a guy who walked up to me, and he's a swimmer, and he's ridden his bike across country a few times. And I saw he had his arm chopped off where mine is, and he had his other hand look like it was sewn back on. And he told me who he was, and I said, "You're the guy that swam from Maui to Lanai." He goes, "Yeah." And I said, "You're a stud, dude." And he goes, "Well, I'm not a stud anymore." And I go, "Yeah, you are. You are. You're always going to be the dude that swam from Maui to Lanai." But as he was walking out of the water up to his belly button in the water, getting ready and raising his hands, he heard an engine start, and a motorboat ran him over and cut off both his arms. And the guy says to me, he goes, "Willie, I'm not so sad about my arms being gone. I'm sad that I can't ride my bike anymore." And he says, "Can you help me figure it out?" And I said, "Well, that's what Challenge Athletes Foundation does. It helps you figure it out. It tells you that you can do it, and it's all possible. It helps parents tell their kids that if they're missing their legs or their arms or they're in a wheelchair, that their quality of life is fantastic. But it's only fantastic because it takes you and everybody to be involved with Challenge Athletes Foundation to make it happen, because the insurance companies aren't going to make it happen. My arm, which is $20,000, I can't get without Challenge Athletes Foundation. The bikes, the legs, the wheelchairs, the racing chairs. Insurance companies aren't going to cover that because that's not considered part of your life. And as we all know right here, every single one of us knows that exercising every day and getting on the dirt and on our mountain bike, that is our life. That's a huge part of our life. It makes us good dads, good moms, brothers, sisters, good children. I mean, without exercise, we've got nothing. And CAF gives us a lot of something. And so when you guys are out here today, think of that guy, John. All he wants to do, he got his arms cut off. And all he's working on right now, night and day, is figuring out how to ride. And he's really close. He's back in the water again swimming. They sewed his one hand back on. His other arm is going to be an arm exactly, the exact arm I have. And he just wants to get on his bike and ride again. He goes, "I don't care if it's dirt. I don't care if it's road. I just want to ride my bike. That's the most important thing to me." And you guys know it. Think if someone took that away from you today. And we don't want that to be taken away from you. And if it is taken away from you, CAF is here to give it back. And we give limbs, prosthetic wheelchairs, coaching, you name it, to get you back in the game all over the United States, but also now it's all over the world from help, from little groups like this. And you get enough of these drops, you got a big ocean of help. And thanks so much for coming out. Let's go hammer it out there today and have a good time. Remember, guys, it isn't.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. almost done.
Woohoo!
Kathy's suffering, complaining about how hard the ride is already.
It was fun.
Oh my God.
It was fun.
For a great benefit.
It was fun.